Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is another installment of my participation in the Three Rivers Challenge hosted by Jessica. Like last week, in this week's video you'll see me make some meals having gleaned a number of items from my pantry. Before I pour my coffee, I want to show you a jar of the cream I canned in October 2022. It's half and half cream, and you need to know that canning dairy, such as cream and milk, is not approved. I always give it a shake before I open it, unless I'm doing a tasting video. I'm just going to open up the jar and give you a peek. There it is. I'm now going to screw on a mason top lid with a spout and pour some cream into my mug. That is my favorite mug, actually. I use a travel mug 5 days a week, so I really enjoy my coffee in this mug on the weekend. I'm going to start by making some squash soup using squash from my freezer. I have navy beans that I canned in January 2020, as well as 2 jars of chicken broth that I canned in November 2022. To go with the squash soup, I am making garlic pita bread. I'm now pouring the second jar of chicken stock and the squash into the soup mixture. I'm adding my spices, some garlic powder on top of dill and smoked paprika. I'm now going to add the navy beans into the pot. Give it a mix, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer. I'm going to place the garlic pita into the oven to broil it. The mixture of soup isn't as thick as I wanted, so I'm adding some instant mashed potatoes, giving it a stir as well. And I'm blending it with my hand blender. It's time to serve this up. It does look delicious and it smells delicious as well. I'm going to give it a taste after I serve up an extra portion for a lunch. The squash soup is delicious, as is the garlic pita. This week I decided to make some sauerkraut using this forlorn-looking cabbage that has been in my fridge for longer than I would like to admit. I'm going to use a tablespoon of pink salt and 1/4 cup of whey in this process. I do have a recent video of making sauerkraut with red cabbage, and I'll be sure to link that video. I'm now making stew with items from my pantry, such as steak that is not defrosted enough, some spices, garlic, a bay leaf, and some thyme as well. We've got some fresh garlic, onions, and some carrots. I'm also going to be using some yellow potatoes in this stew. I'm also using my home canned beef broth that I pressure canned earlier this month, and I'm going to use 2 pints of it. I decided that Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits would go really well with this stew. Stew is now out of the oven, and I'm going to serve it up. I did give it a taste, as well as the biscuits, and it was delicious. Before I move on to the last recipe I made this week, I wanted to let you know that the ground turkey casserole gave me 2 nights worth of leftovers. It was delicious. Another night, we decided to graze on this shrimp ring, which was bought for the Christmas holidays but was never used. So we pulled it out of the freezer and used it. Lastly, I'm going to show you how I make pancakes. My recipe is a little different. I use a lot of different ingredients in my pancakes. A 1/2 cup of almond flour, a 1/2 cup all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of cornmeal, a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, a 1/4 cup of flax, and a 1/4 cup of oats. A bit less than a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and just a little bit of salt. I don't put sugar in my pancakes. I'm going to add some olive oil and 1 egg to this buttermilk here, and there is about a cup there. I'm going to leave this mixture on the counter for about an hour before I cook it up. The pancakes are delicious. I'd like to thank you for watching.